the Center for Research on Development of African Media Governance and Society, CEREDEMS, in Africa, was established in 2020 as an organization focused on using cutting-edge multidisciplinary research methods to generate insights that improve policy, initiation, and implementation with regard to improved media ecosystem, governmental and societal institutions. On November 14, 2020, it held its first international program, a webinar with the title Narratives Around Information Disorder Ecosystem in Africa, to educate Africans about the effects of information disorder in the context of fake news, misinformation, and disinformation as the continent continues to experience various socio-economical and political crises as well as conflict. Our vision is to create a better African information ecosystem, and our mission is to serve as a body that shapes the development of African media, governance, and society through efficient information ecosystem development from research, implementation, and policy influence. So our aims and objectives are these. One, to provide cutting-edge multidimensional and multidisciplinary research methods to generate insights that improve policy and implementation through improved information ecosystem. Served as research organization which pursue the achievement of sustainable development through entrenching ethical media practice and good governance. And finally, to improve media practice by combating disorderliness in information and its effect on the election and societal progress. Permit me to use this opportunity to also inform us that CEREDEMS-Africa is not just an organization that stands alone in Africa, but also it's also in the Department of Mass Communication of the Faculty of Philology of Rudin University of Russia. Also, we have among us some of our members. While I am the Executive Director, I have Stephen Ajayi as the Director of IT. I have Dr. Rashid as the Director of Administration. Mr. Jamiu Folani is the Director of Communication, and Mr. Mutiu Inyada is the Director of Research. And we have Natalia Poplavskaya as the Director of Grants and Partnership. And we also have Dr. Semil Bello as the Director of Training. These are some of our team members, as we also have many other team members working with us, but they are the key directors in these organizations. So this is who we are. And thank you once again for listening. And I'll be giving Professor Layosho to do us the honor in officially launching this organization. Over to you, sir, Prof.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, let me congratulate you on this initiative. I think one is really impressed by the vision that you have, you are members of the team. And I want to believe that this will be a Pan-African center. We will not just limit ourselves to what is happening in Nigeria or West Africa. We'll try to look at what is happening in African countries, in Southern Africa, where there's a kind of famine in democratic practice. If you look at what happened recently in Kenya. And so I want to believe that we should broaden the vision, our scope to, having a very clear understanding of the democratic space in Africa, the communication, media, and information ecosystem, how they are evolving, how they are changing, and the relationship between this ecosystem and the democratic space and the people, of Africa in terms of governance, in terms of development. And of course, we'll be able to do some kind of comparative studies. I'm happy listening to Dr. Sadia from Pakistan. We can, learn a lot from what is happening in other southern, countries, in Asia, in the Caribbean, and South America, So I'm really fascinated by what they're doing, and I hope that we'll be able to really drive this initiative, something that will benefit every one of us in Africa, particularly the academic community, for us to have an understanding and be able to be proactive in driving the democratic process, in our continent. So on this note, it is my pleasure to launch the center, to the glory of God and the advancement of scholarship and the deepening of the democratic process in African countries. So I want to thank you very much. I hope everything will go well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. We really appreciate that, sir. Thanks a lot. Prof. Lai Oso, the immediate past president, Association of Communication Scholars and Practitioners of Nigeria, and also a lecturer and immediate past the Dean of School of Communication of Lagos State University, Nigeria. We do appreciate you, and thank you very much, everyone. This is the opening and the launching of the CEREDEMS-Africa, and we hope I'm looking forward for collaboration from many other stakeholders across the world, not only Nigeria or Africa, like Prof said. Now, we'll be moving to the official launching of the project itself. Here today, we've heard that many different, we've heard from different three speakers about from Mr. Leke of Otufoduri from Nigeria perspective, from Dr. Sadiya Jamiu, and from Prof through the keynote speech. We've heard about different challenges facing democracy today, and what is also happening to election, and the importance of campaign, especially information to campaign, the importance of them in realizing good governance and also free, fair, and credible election in our society. This is the reason we are launching this particular project called Election Monitoring or Election Campaign Monitoring Project. In this, we'll be looking forward to the honor of Dr. Greg Simon and Dr. Sadiya Jamiu after I read out some of the key objectives of this particular project. So as you can see on the screen, we can see that we have CEREDEMS and we have Positive Agenda. These two organizations are the leading organizations alongside with some other organizations like Rude University and some other organizations that are also coming on board to work with us. So let me read out to us. The PAN as an organization, they've been doing series of works regarding monitoring election in Nigeria for a while. And most importantly, the Osun 2022 governorship election campaign was recently monitored by PAN in real time and as part of the effort to support organizations that are deepening the electoral cycle process. Same as a project on information pollution and governance in Africa have been carried out by PAN and the Center for Research on Development of African Media Governance and Society. So this is what we want to continue. By doing this, we set out some of the key objectives. Objective number one is to monitor activities of political parties, media establishments, media handlers, parties, candidates, supporters, and individuals with the interest in communicating electoral governance messages. Two, improving the capacity of media establishments, political parties, and their media handlers towards positive engagement of campaign and or policy issues, and reduction in smear campaign activities. Three is to disseminate true and thought and behavioral change messages developed from the output of the monitoring of the stakeholders' activities towards informed decision-making before, during, and during election, and reducing electoral violence. And fourth, improving ability of and capacity of the electorate to choose candidates during the election through informed engagement from political actors. And our key expected results are: one, to ensure issue-driven and violence-free campaign environments that enhance the electorate's ability and capacity to choose the right candidates during presidential and governorship elections. Leading better process of generating and disseminating informed content about candidates and political parties by their media handlers or communication teams. The Independent National Electoral Commission has evidence-driven reports and weekly fact sheets for implementing Electoral Act campaign provision and its guidelines for campaigns. These are our objectives and expected outcomes, which, while we proceed, we'll also be sharing, we'll be discussing the method in which we will achieve our objectives and goals. Permit me to welcome Dr. Sadia Jamiu and Dr. Greg Simon to come on board, at least to do us the honor in launching CEREDEMS-Africa and PAN for this. So you can come on board and we'll hear from you one after the other, and let's have it launched. Sir and ma'am.
Dr. Craig and Dr. Sadia. Dr. Craig, you can go ahead, please.
Okay, so I've been asked to give a presentation on contextualizing and localizing foreign lessons learned.
First, we want you to launch the project first. We're going to call you there's going to be time to call you to present your speech, but do us the honor in launching this project officially.
Okay, so now I'm on board. Okay, so no, I mean this project is timely. It's very needed. Not only, but much more widely, so the timing is perfect. And I'm pleased to see initiative like this. There should be initiatives like this in the so-called consolidated democracies, which have forgotten what it really means to be truly democratic. So I'd like to rejoice in the opening of this project, and I look forward to many fruitful projects and the results of which are to come.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dr. Simon. Dr. Sadia.
All right. Can you hear me, Mustapha?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I will second the thoughts of Craig here. Congratulations. It's the moment to rejoice, of course, because this is a very timely project as you are going to witness elections in February 2023. And it's an opportunity for not only media researchers like you and the cohort that is invited, but even for so many people who look forward for the analysis of Nigerian election in particular, and what kind of implications it may have, political, societal, economic implications for Nigeria and Nigerian nation. So definitely, there is no doubt it is a very timely project, and we all look forward to see the outcomes because we can benefit to replicate these kind of research in other countries like in southern global south, for example, in Pakistan, and definitely India is also in queue for elections, so we can definitely replicate the findings and methodologies that are being used in this project. So it is quite beneficial to all of us, and I really look forward to keep an eye on this particular project that we can replicate. Thank you, Mr.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Sadia Jamiu. Briefly, let me quickly invite Prof. Lai also as well to round up the launching for us. Then we move to the next program. Professor Lai Osho, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to thank my other colleagues, Dr. Sadia and Dr. I think we are on to something quite novel, something that all of us should be able to benefit from, not just for purpose of just academics, but in terms of, I think Dr. Greg said it, Dr. Sam said it, in terms of consolidating democracy in the African continent and probably the global South. So I want to thank Dr. Mustapha and the other members of the team for this initiative, and I look forward to a very fruitful journey for each and every one of us as we go on to actualize the vision and the objectives of this. So I thank you very much, and I wish each and every one of us the best as we chart the future for the continent and the global South. Thank you very much.